Let me kind of cover our role as a board and the format for the meeting today. We are the 2025 Board of Equalization and Review for Union County. We have been appointed by the county commissioners to hear any and all taxpayers with respect to concerns, complaints regarding the valuation of their property for tax purposes. Property owners appearing before the Board of Equalization and Review have a right to a fair and equitable hearing. The Board of Equalization and Review has been charged with ensuring that the proper legal principles have been applied in a valuation dispute for tax purposes. The format for the meeting today is the clerk to my right will call the case, and the county will locate the property on the monitors, so everybody will be looking at the same thing on the monitors. In addition, we have a notebook up front for the taxpayer to reference that is identical to what we're looking at here. After that, the taxpayer will present their information to the board. The board will be given an opportunity to ask questions of the taxpayer, followed by the assessor's office presenting their information, and the board also having the opportunity to ask questions of the assessor's office. Both parties will be given an opportunity to rebut or conclude. All questions from either party should be directed towards the chairman. The board will rule on the case or table it and inform the taxpayer when it will be reopened if for some reason it is tabled. The taxpayer will be notified in writing of the board's decision. By statute, the burden of proof is on the taxpayer to demonstrate that the assessment is erroneous. And keep in mind, all sales data presented by the taxpayer needs to be dated on or before 1/1/25. Only individual taxpayers or licensed residential or certified real estate appraisers licensed to do business in North Carolina may express an opinion of value of real property. No other persons, whether attorneys in fact, attorneys at law, or corporate representatives, are entitled to express an opinion of value of real property. With that, if there's no questions, just remind everybody to silence their cell phones, and we'll get started. So, with that, Madam Clerk.
Hearing number one, parcel ID number 06147-204, Jones Richard W. III and Jones Misty S. It's a no-show.
Okay. So we have no one here to represent or on behalf of the Joneses on tab one. Players of the board, do you want to give them a few minutes, or do you want to go ahead and roll?
Why don't we just defer this to the end and see if they show?
Okay.
Because we didn't like we got,
No?
but so much, give them a chance.
Yeah. Would it be proper, can we just go to the next item,
Yes,
and then we could wait maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes
sure.
before we go into deliberations? Is that maybe the pleasure of the board? Sure. Okay.
Okay.
With that, we'll move.
Parcel.
Okay.
Hearing number two, parcel ID number 05110-062, White Oak of Waxhaw LLC. It's a no-show.
No show as well. Okay. Those are the only two we have on the agenda for this morning, right?
Correct.
Other than the consent items?
Yeah.
That's number three, what is it?
Yeah.
I think that's consent.
Maybe just want to wait, let's just maybe wait 5 or 10 minutes.
You want to deal with
Consent.
consent items,
Yeah.
and them off the table,
Yeah,
then wait?
yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that, Mr. Chairman.
Sounds good.
Let's review the staff recs.
The parking was pretty rough today.
Yeah. Anybody, any questions? Tom, on
I'm trying to flip back to where the staff review was.
Right in the front.
That's what I thought it was
Page
up
three.
front.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we have to hear from,
I
think we just
don't
ask
have any
questions.
questions on the
no, we
staff.
don't have the staff to present anything on
Yeah.
staff recs. I think we just ask questions of the staff if we,
Okay,
yeah, right?
sounds good to
Yeah.
me.
Do I have a motion?
So basically, Alan agreed to the settlement.
Yeah, they both-
What it
Yeah,
said.
they've agreed, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to mean, that this is settled between staff and the residents.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay?
which is a
With,
good thing.
it's a great thing. With that said, Mr. Chairman, I motion that we approve the recommendations coming from staff on consent.
I make a second.
Have a motion, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's carried to accept staff recommendations as presented. So, we'll maybe give it to 9:15.
I agree with that, Mr.
That
Chairman.
sound, okay.
second, because they had somebody
Yeah, that nobody is,
assigned
Yeah.
to represent them, I'm surprised.
right, yeah, I agree. Couldn't tell if it was somebody from out of town or not.
How hard is it to get, if you're running late, would they know who to call? Is it pretty easy?
Yeah.
Pretty clear?
Good question. Jody Bellman's, I mean, if they were running late, is it kind of clear on there for them who they would call or?
They would probably contact Velma because her number is on the letter.
Yeah,
I can check the email address.
Right.
That they have access to.
would it be easy enough to check maybe your voicemail and or email before we move into the,
I can go and check, but
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. I tried to go through my emails. I went through my emails this morning, I didn't see any.
right? I mean, in case they just tried a little bit ago, I mean,
If they're late,
yeah, if they're, we're thinking maybe if they were late, did they call you 10 or 15 minutes
Yeah,
ago?
Okay,
Yeah,
I can go check.
yeah, yeah,
Just to be just to be thorough.
yeah.
give them every benefit of the doubt.
I believe they're out of state, so
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
right. That was what I was asking too. I didn't know if they were.
They're from Birmingham.
Birmingham? Okay.
Have you received any calls from anyone that's supposed to be at our Board of Equalization and review meeting this morning? We had two hearings, but no one showed, so we were just trying to make sure they haven't tried to reach out. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Customer service hasn't received any calls.
Okay.
We're giving them every opportunity.
Right. Well, especially with them being from out of town, I mean, I'd like to know for sure. I think it was a good call to have them checked just to be able to see.
The first, that's where it is.
I saw that. Like I said, how are we gonna deal with it?
They don't show.
If it's a no-show, it's a no-show. And there's no point in us listening to it. I mean, that's my opinion, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's what you have to do.
I know, because we can't.
That's the requirement,
Yeah,
basically.
I don't think you can let the county.
We don't even have a discussion.
Yeah.
No. I agree with y'all.
I think just give them every opportunity and have them be able to just check their
Yeah, I think it's good.
voicemail.
I just wanted to make sure we were sure on that, because I don't wanna.
Yeah. I think we're being very lenient.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from somebody we didn't give
Right, right.
But I'm not gonna stay all morning here either.
Do I
I'm not gonna stay all morning here
Right.
No,
We're getting ready.
either. I just wanna be sure.
I got plenty of things to do.
Not me.
Yeah.
Right here.
You know, I mean, if Uber's pulling up, and you give another 30.
Yeah. Did you?
Just put them in another meeting.
Yeah.
It comes down to it.
I'm not sure that happens, does it?
I don't-
Usually it doesn't get burned, it's turned down.
I think so.
I think we have to act on it before we go, yeah.
Yeah, we ruled.
Yeah. Once we rule,
It's done, they go to Raleigh.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're waiting on Belma to check her voicemail and email just to be on the safe side.
So let's just say, for example, she talks to them, and they say, well, it'll probably take us another hour to get there. I'm throwing that out, because
Yeah.
that's
So
not
we just let
happening for
them,
me.
we can let them reschedule it again.
That's the other case, you know, on that.
It'd be either one.
Yeah.
Typically, with a no-show, y'all go ahead and make a decision.
Right.
And make the motion, and it's carried through, and that's it.
Right,
That's it.
right.
Mhm.
Mark's question was, I mean, if you got notice that they were, or a message that it was gonna be
Oh,
another
yes.
hour or so before they would be here, before we go into
Y'all
deliberation,
decide to reschedule.
we could decide to let them reschedule with you.
Absolutely.
No.
You didn't,
No messages and no email.
no messages or emails from either one of the appellants, so,
Makes it simple.
with that, we'll move into the deliberation phase of the hearing, and we'll go to tab 1, Richard and Misty Jones, parcel number 06147204, which is a no-show. So with that, do I have any recommendations from the board?
Mr. Chairman, since it is a no-show, I recommend we approve the county's value, as we've done in the past.
So I have a
Since
motion.
we have a no-show.
Second.
Have a motion, have a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's carried. And the county's value will stand. Next, we move, I reckon, I'm supposed to let you be calling those numbers, but.
That's fine. I will be hearing number 2, parcel ID number 05110-062, White Oak of Waxhaw LLC.
This also being a no-show. So with that, do I have any recommendations from the board?
Recommend the county's assessment.
Second.
So I have a motion, second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's carried, and the value to remain at the county recommendation. So and we have handled the tab 3 on the staff recommendations. Any other business that needs to come before the board?
Did we vote on
Yeah, we did that.
it? We did.
Good? Yeah, yeah.
Trying to kill time, we did that.
There you go.
We are ready to adjourn.
Okay. And, so,
Mr. Chairman, before we adjourn, please let the record show that we gave an additional 20 minutes of waiting time.
right,
So if somebody was to come back, we'll.
well said.
It's noted.
It is noted.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
When's our next meeting, Mr. Chairman?
Wednesday.
We do have one on Wednesday.
How's the agenda look for Wednesday?
I'm sorry, I didn't bring that
Did-
with me.
yeah.
I think it's about like today.
Light?
The same.
Yeah. Okay.
And I do apologize.
Yes, sir, Mr.
Chairman.
Chair. The appraisers are doing the best they can to resolve these, so they
Yeah.
don't have to come before y'all. So they're
Yeah.
reaching out, making every attempt to explain the situation. So there's always a few that,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
That's great.
need to
That's great.
come. So hopefully they'll show.
Okay. Okay.
Good job.
And I won't be here, Mr. Chairman, I'll be in Milwaukee.
Okay, so Jimmy's gonna be out of town Wednesday. Everybody else here? Okay. So with that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Have a second? Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And we are adjourned. So see everybody on Wednesday. And Jimmy, have a safe trip to Milwaukee.
Yeah, Jim, have a good trip.
Thank you.
Have-